There is a man who walks alone, surrounded not by the laughter of companions, but by the quiet echoes of his own thoughts. In his solitude there is no friend to speak of, no hand to shake, no embrace to share. Yet in the silence of his existence lies the profound secret of the divine connection. The world would call such a man lonely and outcast perhaps, but they see only with mortal eyes. They measure his life by the absence of voices around him, forgetting that the absence of noise often reveals the whispers of the eternal. This man without friends is not abandoned but invited to discover that the greatest friendship he will ever know resides within his own soul. To be alone is not to be forsaken, it is to be chosen. For in this sacred isolation, a man can finally hear the call of the infinite. His solitude becomes the fertile ground where the seeds of divine truth are sown. In the stillness he is taught the greatest lesson, that God himself is his companion, his confidant, his eternal friend. This friendship requires no validation from the world, for it is unshaken by time, untouched by betrayal, and unbroken by death. A man with no friends carries a heavy cross, but that very cross leads him to the heights of spiritual awareness. He learns to walk by faith and not by sight, to trust in the unseen arms that hold him steady. While others seek comfort in fleeting relationships, he finds solace in the unwavering presence of the divine. He becomes a vessel filled not with the fleeting approval of men, but with the boundless love of the Creator. This man, seemingly alone, is far from empty. In fact, he is the richest among men, for he has uncovered the truth that eludes many. The kingdom of God is within him. Every step he takes is guided, every breath he draws is sanctified, and every tear he sheds is caught by the hand of his eternal friend. His isolation transforms into revelation, and his solitude becomes a sanctuary. So as he walks this path with no companions in sight, he is not burdened by the absence of others. Instead, he is liberated by the presence of the divine. He learns that he is never truly alone, for the God who created the heavens and the earth dwells within him, whispers to his heart, and walks beside him always. This man, in the quietness of his solitude, begins to see the world differently. Where others see emptiness, he discovers fullness. The laughter of children, the rustling of leaves, the faint hum of the wind, all become symphonies of the divine. He understands that what he once thought of as silence is, in truth, a sacred dialogue, where the soul communes with the infinite. The absence of voices allows him to hear what truly matters, the voice within that says, "You are mine and I am yours." As he walks through life without the companionship of others, he notices that his heart begins to soften in ways it never had before. Compassion swells within him, not because he seeks to win favor, but because he now sees himself in everyone. The separation that once defined his existence starts to dissolve. He understands that while he may lack human friends, he is intricately connected to all creation. Every face he passes is a mirror, reflecting the divine spark that resides within him. The man learns to stand firmly in his truth, unshaken by the opinions of the world. For a man with no friends often discovers the courage to stop pretending. He no longer seeks to mold himself to fit the expectations of others. Instead, he grows into the fullness of who he was created to be. The approval he once sought from friends is replaced by the assurance that he is already approved by the Creator. In his solitude, he finds authenticity, a gift more precious than the shallow comforts of empty companionship. There are nights when loneliness grips him tightly, when the silence feels more like a void than a sanctuary. Yet even in those moments, he learns to press deeper into the mystery of his existence. The tears he sheds become prayers, and the ache in his heart becomes a call to the divine. Through this pain, he grows. He understands that suffering is not punishment, but a tool for refinement. Just as gold is purified by fire, so too is his soul purified in the furnace of solitude. In time, he realizes that his journey is not one of lack but of abundance. While others surround themselves with people yet feel an emptiness within, he discovers the fullness of life in his connection to the divine. He walks with the quiet confidence of a man who knows that every step is guided, every path is purposeful. He is no longer tethered to the need for validation, for he knows that he is seen, heard, and deeply loved by the one who created him. His solitude teaches him patience. Without the distractions of social noise, he learns to wait upon the divine. He begins to understand that life unfolds not on his terms, but on the terms of the eternal. This waiting is not passive but active, a practice of trust. He learns to rest in the assurance that all things are working together for his good. His solitude is not a punishment but a preparation, a sacred space where the divine molds him into the man he is meant to become. As he continues his journey, he begins to notice a transformation within himself. The bitterness that once threatened to consume him is replaced by gratitude. He no longer sees himself as a victim of circumstance, but as a participant in a grand design. The absence of friends is no longer a burden but a blessing, for it has freed him to deepen his relationship with the divine. He sees that what the world calls emptiness is, in truth, an invitation to fullness, a fullness that can only be found within. Through his solitude, he becomes a man of strength, a man of vision. He learns that the true measure of a man is not in the number of friends he has, but in the depth of his character, the strength of his spirit. He becomes a beacon, a light in the darkness for others who feel lost and alone. His journey, though solitary, is not without purpose. It serves as a testimony to the transformative power of divine friendship. He begins to understand that his life is not his own, that he is part of something far greater than himself. The solitude that once felt like a curse now feels like a calling. He is called to be a vessel, to carry the light of the divine into a world that often feels dark and cold. His isolation becomes his strength, for it has taught him to rely not on the fleeting comforts of human relationships, but on the eternal assurance of the divine. The man realizes that love is not something he lacks, but something he is. He becomes a channel for this love, allowing it to flow through him to others. Though he may not have friends in the traditional sense, he touches lives in ways that words cannot describe. His kindness, his compassion, his unwavering faith all become a testament to the truth that he has discovered. He no longer needs friends to define his worth, for he knows that his worth is infinite, bestowed upon him by the Creator. In the stillness of his solitude, he discovers the power of imagination. With no one to distract him, he learns to create a world within himself, a world where all things are possible. He begins to see his life not as a series of random events, but as a canvas, painted with the brushstrokes of his thoughts and beliefs. He understands that his solitude is not a limitation, but an opportunity to shape his reality, to align his inner world with the divine vision for his life. As he continues to walk this path, he becomes a man of peace. The storms of life no longer unsettle him, for he has found a sanctuary within himself. He knows that he is never truly alone, for the divine presence is always with him, guiding him, comforting him, loving him. His life becomes a living testament to the truth that the greatest friendship we will ever know is the one we cultivate with the divine. And so he walks forward, not in loneliness, but in the fullness of divine companionship, a man who is truly never alone. The man walks with a quiet resolve, carrying within him the realization that life is not measured by the relationships he lacks, but by the depth of the connection he has cultivated with the unseen. Each day he awakens not with a sense of despair over his solitude, but with a profound gratitude for the opportunity to delve deeper into the mysteries of his own being. He no longer views his life through the lens of absence. Instead, he sees it as a space where the divine can dwell fully, unhindered by distractions. He begins to notice the subtle beauty in moments that others might overlook. The rising sun becomes a reminder of renewal, a symbol of hope that each day carries the potential for transformation. The stars at night are no longer distant lights, but companions in the vastness of creation, whispering the truths of eternity. The man finds that the world itself becomes a friend, offering lessons, comfort, and wisdom in ways he never imagined. Every breath becomes a prayer, every step a sacred act, every thought an opportunity to align with the divine. Through his solitude, he gains clarity. Without the noise of opinions and expectations, he can finally hear the voice of his own soul. This voice, though soft, carries with it the power of truth. It reminds him that he is not defined by the relationships he has or lacks, but by the essence of who he is, a child of the divine, made in its image, carrying within him the seed of infinite potential. In this realization, he finds a freedom that few ever experience, a liberation from the need to seek validation from the world. The man's journey is not without its challenges. There are moments when the weight of solitude feels unbearable, when he longs for a friend to share his thoughts and dreams. Yet even in these moments, he discovers a strength within himself that he never knew he had. He learns that the longing he feels is not for mere companionship, but for something far greater, a union with the divine that transcends the fleeting nature of human relationships. This longing drives him deeper into his spiritual practice, pushing him to seek and find the presence that has been with him all along. In his solitude, he becomes attuned to the rhythms of life. He begins to see the patterns and cycles that govern existence, the ebb and flow of seasons, the rise and fall of tides. These natural rhythms mirror the journey of his own soul, teaching him to embrace both the highs and the lows, the joy and the sorrow. He learns that just as the earth rests in winter to prepare for the bloom of spring, so too must his soul rest in solitude to prepare for its own blossoming. The man's solitude teaches him humility. He no longer sees himself as the center of the universe, but as a part of a vast, interconnected whole. This humility allows him to let go of his ego, to release the need to control or manipulate. He learns to surrender, to trust that the divine plan for his life is far greater than anything he could conceive. In this surrender, he finds peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that fills the void his solitude once created. Through his journey, the man becomes a vessel for wisdom. The insights he gains in his solitude are not meant for him alone, but for the world. He begins to share his experiences, not with the intention of gaining recognition, but with the hope of guiding others who feel lost and alone. His words carry the weight of authenticity, for they are born from a place of deep understanding. He becomes a light for those still searching, a beacon that points the way to the truth he has discovered. The man also learns the art of gratitude. In his solitude, he realizes that every moment is a gift, every breath a blessing. He begins to give thanks not only for the joys in his life, but also for the challenges, for he understands that both are necessary for his growth. Gratitude becomes his constant companion, a practice that transforms his perspective and opens his heart to the abundance that surrounds him. He no longer focuses on what he lacks, but on what he has, and in this shift, he discovers a richness that surpasses anything the world can offer. As the days turn into weeks, and the weeks into years, the man's solitude becomes a sanctuary, a sacred space where he can retreat and reconnect with the divine. He begins to cherish this time alone, seeing it not as a burden, but as a blessing. It is in this space that he finds clarity, strength, and purpose. He understands that his solitude is not a punishment, but a privilege, an opportunity to grow closer to the source of all creation. The man's journey transforms him in ways he never imagined. He becomes a man of faith, a man of vision, a man of purpose. His solitude, once a source of pain, becomes the foundation of his strength. He no longer fears being alone, for he knows that he is never truly alone. The divine presence that has guided him through his journey is always with him, a constant source of love, wisdom, and strength. In this realization, the man finds a joy that cannot be shaken, a peace that cannot be disturbed, a love that cannot be broken. His solitude, far from being a curse, has become the greatest gift of his life, a gift that has allowed him to discover the truth of who he is and the boundless love of the divine. And so he continues to walk his path, not in loneliness, but in the fullness of divine companionship, a man who is truly free. The man, having embraced his solitude as a divine calling, begins to experience a profound shift in his awareness. He realizes that the absence of friends has stripped away the layers of illusion he once clung to without the constant mirroring of others' expectations. He discovers his true self, a self that is unshaken by external circumstances, a self that is rooted in the eternal. In this newfound awareness, the man sees that his life is not bound by limitations but brimming with infinite possibilities. He understands that the solitude he once resisted is the soil in which the seeds of his destiny are planted. In the quiet of his isolation, those seeds are nurtured by his thoughts, his faith, and his unwavering belief in the unseen. He learns that what he holds in his mind with conviction will manifest in his reality, for the outer world is but a reflection of his inner state. His journey through solitude leads him to master the art of imagination. With no distractions, his mind becomes a canvas upon which he paints the life he desires. He learns to see beyond appearances, to envision a reality that aligns with the deepest desires of his heart. He begins to understand that his imagination is not merely a tool for escape, but a divine faculty, a creative force that shapes his experience. By dwelling on what he wishes to create rather than what he lacks, he steps into the role of a creator, co-laboring with the divine to bring his vision to life. The man also learns to cherish the present moment. In the silence of his solitude, he discovers that the past and future are illusions, mere constructs of the mind. The only reality is the present, and it is in this present moment that he finds the fullness of life. He realizes that the divine is not distant or far off, but present in every breath, every heartbeat, every ray of sunlight that touches his face. This awareness transforms his solitude into a sanctuary, a sacred space where he communes with the infinite. As the man grows in his understanding, he begins to radiate a quiet confidence that draws others to him. Though he has no friends in the traditional sense, he becomes a source of inspiration for those who encounter him. His presence carries a sense of peace, a depth that cannot be faked or manufactured. People sense that he has tapped into something profound, something eternal, and they are drawn to the light that emanates from within him. The man's solitude also deepens his compassion. He no longer sees others as separate from himself, but as reflections of the same divine essence that dwells within him. This realization dissolves the barriers of judgment and fear, replacing them with love and understanding. He learns to forgive not only others but also himself, for he understands that all are on a journey of becoming, a journey that is guided by grace. To his solitude, he becomes attuned to the subtle whispers of the divine. Without the noise of the world to drown it out, he hears the voice of intuition, the inner knowing that guides him on his path. He learns to trust this voice, to follow its leading even when it defies logic or reason. In doing so, he discovers a life of alignment, a life where synchronicities abound and doors open effortlessly. He sees that his solitude has not isolated him, but has connected him more deeply to the flow of life. To see the man's journey also teaches him resilience. Without the safety net of friendships to fall back on, he learns to rely on his inner strength. He becomes like a tree that grows strong and deep roots in the absence of shelter, capable of withstanding the storms of life. His solitude becomes his teacher, revealing to him the depths of his courage and the boundlessness of his spirit. He learns that true strength is not found in numbers, but in the quiet assurance that he is never alone. Over time, the man realizes that his solitude has given him a gift that few ever receive, the gift of knowing himself. In the absence of external distractions, he has been forced to confront his fears, his insecurities, his doubts. But in doing so, he has also discovered his dreams, his passions, his purpose. He understands that his solitude has not diminished him, but has revealed the truth of who he is, a being of light, love, and infinite potential. The man comes to see his life as a journey of unfolding, a process of becoming who he was always meant to be. His solitude, far from being a hindrance, has been the catalyst for his transformation. It has stripped away the superficial to reveal the sacred, replacing emptiness with a fullness that can never be taken away. He walks through life with a quiet joy, knowing that he is not defined by the relationships he has or lacks, but by the relationship he has cultivated with the divine. So this path is solitary. It is not without purpose. He understands that his life is a message, a testament to the power of faith, imagination, and love. He sees that his journey is not for him alone, but for all who feel lost, lonely, or forgotten. His story becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the absence of friends, one can find a companionship that surpasses all understanding. A companionship with the divine that is eternal, unshakable, and infinitely loving. The man, once burdened by the weight of solitude, now walks with the lightness of one who has discovered the truth of his being. He knows that he is never truly alone, for the presence that sustains the universe also sustains it. It's truth. He finds freedom, joy, and peace. A peace that fills every corner of his being and overflows into the world around him. He lives not as a man with no friends, but as a man who has found the greatest friend of all, the divine presence within. To the man's journey into solitude deepens further, and with each passing moment, he discovers new answers about himself and his relationship with the divine that he had never before considered. It becomes evident to him that the state of having no friends has stripped away the external identities he once wore, leaving him bare yet authentically himself. He realizes this shedding is not a loss, but a divine act of preparation, preparing him for a higher understanding of love, life, and purpose. And in this state, he begins to reflect on the nature of dependency. Once he relied on others to affirm his worth, to validate his dreams, and to offer him the comfort of companionship. But in their absence, he has had no choice but to turn inward. This turning inward reveals a wellspring of strength he had not known existed. He learns to comfort himself with the assurance that the divine presence within is more steadfast and unconditional than any human relationship could ever be. This understanding fills the spaces that once felt empty, transforming his solitude into a profound experience of wholeness. And the man finds himself more attuned to the beauty and interconnectedness of all creation. A bird song in the early morning speaks to him of joy. A blooming flower reminds him of resilience, and the steady flow of a river mirrors the persistence of life's energy. To these moments, once overlooked, now carry profound meaning. And he realizes that life itself is always communicating with him. Even in his aloneness, he is surrounded by a living, breathing universe that speaks directly to his soul. In these moments, he begins to understand that his solitude has granted him the gift of presence. No longer pulled in many directions by the demands of others, he can focus his full attention on the here and now. He notices the way sunlight dances through the leaves, the way his breath feels as it fills his lungs, and the subtle shifts of energy within him as he aligns with the divine. These simple observations become gateways to a deeper reality, a reality where he feels fully alive and connected. He then begins to experience the profound joy of creating his life from within. He discovers that his thoughts are not fleeting occurrences but powerful seeds that shape his reality. With this realization, he becomes intentional about what he dwells upon. He learns to guard his mind, to replace thoughts of lack and fear with those of abundance and love. As he does so, he notices his external circumstances begin to change, almost as if the world is rearranging itself to match the inner transformation taking place. Through his solitude, he becomes a man of deep faith. Faith no longer feels like a distant concept or a set of rituals, but a living, breathing trust in the unseen. He learns to move forward with confidence, even when the path ahead is unclear, because he knows that the divine presence within him is always guiding him. This faith becomes his anchor, a source of unwavering strength in the face of uncertainty. As time passes, the man realizes that his solitude has given him an incredible sense of freedom. Without the need to conform to the expectations of friends or society, he is free to be entirely himself. This freedom allows him to explore his passions, to pursue his dreams, and to express his authentic self without fear of judgment. He discovers a joy in living that is unshaken by external circumstances, a joy that comes from the simple act of being. His solitude also teaches him patience. He learns to trust in the timing of his life, understanding that every moment, whether joyful or challenging, is part of a greater plan. This patience allows him to release the need for control, to surrender to the flow of life, and to trust that all is unfolding exactly as it should. In this surrender, he finds a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that becomes the foundation of his life. The man begins to view his solitude as a sacred space, a time of preparation for something greater. He understands that the lessons he is learning now are shaping him into the person he is meant to become. He sees that his journey is not about avoiding loneliness, but about embracing it as a path to deeper self-discovery and connection with the divine. This shift in perspective transforms his solitude from a burden into a blessing. In his aloneness, he becomes more attuned to the needs of others. Paradoxically, his solitude deepens his empathy, for he knows what it feels like to be misunderstood, to feel isolated, to long for connection. His understanding allows him to approach others with compassion, to see them not as separate from himself, but as reflections of the same divine essence. His heart opens and he becomes a source of love and light to those around him. The man's life becomes a testament to the power of solitude. He no longer sees himself as a man with no friends, but as a man who has found the greatest companionship within. His journey is not one of isolation, but of union with himself, with the divine, and with the greater whole of creation. In his solitude, he has discovered a richness that no external relationship could ever provide, a richness that flows from the infinite wellspring of the divine within. The man grows increasingly aware of the vastness of his inner world, an expanse previously unexplored because of the distractions of external relationships. In the quiet of his solitude, he discovers that his mind is like fertile soil, capable of cultivating thoughts, dreams, and visions that align with the life he deeply desires. He begins to see himself not as a passive observer of life, but as its architect, realizing that his inner beliefs are the blueprints from which his outer reality is constructed. Each day he practices the discipline of turning inward, allowing his imagination to guide him. He visualizes himself surrounded by abundance, joy, and fulfillment, not as a distant dream, but as a present reality. These moments of deep connection with his inner self become sacred rituals, times when he feels the presence of the divine working through him, shaping his life in ways both seen and unseen. He understands that his ability to imagine and believe is not merely a gift, but a responsibility, for his thoughts are the seeds from which his future grows. Through this process, the man begins to shed the weight of old fears and insecurities. He no longer clings to the idea that he needs others to validate his worth or provide him with a sense of belonging. Instead, he finds his value in the unwavering truth that he is a creation of the divine, inherently worthy and infinitely loved. This realization transforms the way he sees himself and the world around him. He no longer views solitude as an absence but as a fullness, a state where he can hear the whispers of the divine and feel its presence in every fiber of his being. As he continues to journey inward, the man notices that his perception of time begins to shift. The hours that once felt heavy with loneliness now seem to flow effortlessly, filled with meaning and purpose. He learns to savor each moment, understanding that life is not something to be rushed through but experienced fully. This newfound appreciation for the present brings a sense of peace that permeates every aspect of his life. He no longer feels the need to chase after the approval of others or to fill his days with distractions. Instead, he finds joy in the simple act of being, in the stillness that allows him to connect with the divine essence within. The man's solitude also becomes a source of clarity. Without the noise of external influences, he begins to see his life with new eyes. He recognizes patterns and beliefs that no longer serve him and has the courage to let them go. In their place, he cultivates new ways of thinking and being that align with his highest self. This process of inner transformation is not always easy, but he embraces it with faith, knowing that each step he takes brings him closer to the fullness of his divine potential. Over time, the man notices subtle yet profound changes in his outer reality. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach begin to present themselves, and the people he encounters reflect the love and authenticity he has cultivated within. He realizes that his solitude has not isolated him but has prepared him to engage with the world in a deeper and more meaningful way. The relationships he now forms are not based on need or fear, but on mutual respect and shared purpose. These connections, though few in number, are rich and fulfilling, a testament to the transformation that has taken place within him. The man's journey through solitude also deepens his relationship with the divine. He comes to understand that the presence he feels within is the same presence that sustains the entire universe. This realization fills him with awe and gratitude, for he sees that he is not separate from the divine but an expression of it. This awareness transforms his life into an act of worship, a celebration of the infinite love and wisdom that flows through him. In his solitude, the man becomes a beacon of light to others, even if he does not seek to be. People are drawn to the peace and strength that emanate from him, sensing that he has tapped into something profound and eternal. Though he does not rely on their admiration or approval, he welcomes the opportunity to share what he has learned. He speaks not from a place of superiority, but from a deep understanding of the human experience, offering encouragement and hope to those who feel lost or alone. The man's story is one of transformation, a testament to the power of solitude and the divine presence within. His journey has taught him that true fulfillment does not come from external circumstances, but from the inner alignment with the infinite. He has learned to see his solitude not as a limitation, but as a gift, a sacred space where he can grow, heal, and become the person he was always meant to be. In the stillness, he starts to confront the beliefs that have shaped his life up until now. These beliefs, he realizes, are not truths but perceptions that were created based on past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others. He begins to challenge these old narratives, examining each belief with clarity and objectivity. As he does, he uncovers the power he holds to rewrite these narratives, transforming fear into courage, doubt into confidence, and limitation into possibility. The more he shifts his mindset, the more he witnesses his world reflecting back his inner transformation. The power of thought becomes his constant companion. He understands that his thoughts are not random occurrences but active creators of his reality. He begins to cultivate a disciplined mind, one that focuses on only those thoughts that align with his highest good. He refuses to entertain thoughts of lack, inadequacy, or unworthiness. Instead, he nurtures thoughts of abundance, strength, and divine purpose. Over time, he sees the effects of this practice in his external life. As opportunities flow toward him with ease, relationships become more harmonious, and an undeniable sense of fulfillment emerges from within. In this deep process of self-realization, the man also finds that his emotions, which were once volatile and unpredictable, begin to stabilize. He recognizes that emotions are not to be suppressed or ignored but understood and embraced. Each emotion, he learns, is a messenger carrying wisdom about his inner state. When he feels sadness, it is a signal to examine areas of his life that need healing. When he experiences joy, it is a reflection of his alignment with his divine essence. By becoming the observer of his emotions rather than being at their mercy, he gains mastery over his inner world, which in turn shapes his outer world. With this mastery of thought and emotion, the man begins to explore the depth of his imagination. He understands that imagination is the gateway to all possibilities. It is through imagination that he can create the life he desires, manifesting the dreams that once seemed out of reach. He spends time each day visualizing his ideal life not as a distant future, but as a present reality. He imagines himself living in harmony with others, achieving his goals, experiencing profound peace, and living in abundance. As he immerses himself in these vivid, joyful images, he feels the emotions of success and fulfillment as though they have already come to pass. His imagination becomes a powerful tool for manifestation, a conduit through which he channels his desires into physical form. In his solitude, the man also learns to reconnect with nature. He finds solace in the quiet beauty of the world around him, realizing that nature, too, is an expression of the divine. The wind whispers messages of peace, the trees stand as silent sentinels, embodying strength and endurance, and the stars offer glimpses of the infinite. In the vastness of the natural world, he begins to see that he is not isolated, but part of something much greater than himself. He is a single thread in the grand tapestry of life, intricately woven into the very fabric of the universe. This realization fills him with a deep sense of gratitude, for he knows that every part of nature is a reflection of the divine energy that also resides within him. The more the man explores these depths of consciousness, the more he comes to understand the importance of self-love. For much of his life, he had sought love and validation from others, but now he recognizes that true love begins within. He learns to love himself unconditionally, accepting every part of himself, the strengths and weaknesses, the successes and failures, the light and the shadows. He understands that by loving himself, he aligns with the divine love that is always present. And this love becomes the foundation upon which his life is built. It is through this self-love that he finds peace, not in the approval of others, but in the deep knowing that he is worthy of love simply because he exists. Through his journey, the man also experiences a deepening of his relationship with the divine. No longer seeking external validation, he turns inward to find a connection that transcends all human relationships. He begins to see that the divine is not a distant, abstract concept, but a living presence within him, always guiding him, always supporting him. This inner presence becomes his constant companion, a source of strength and wisdom that he can always rely on. In moments of doubt or confusion, he closes his eyes, connects with this divine presence, and finds the clarity and peace he needs to move forward. He understands that the divine is not separate from him, but is woven into the very fabric of his being. It is this connection that sustains him, and it is this connection that allows him to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. As time passes, the man begins to notice that the external world responds to his inner transformation. He attracts people into his life who mirror the love, peace, and authenticity he has cultivated within. His relationships become deeper and more meaningful, built not on the need for validation, but on mutual respect and shared purpose. These new connections are not about filling a void, but about celebrating the fullness that already exists within him. He finds that he can give love freely without expectation, knowing that love is a limitless resource that flows from within. The man's journey into solitude has not been about isolation, but about reconnection. It has been a journey of discovering the vast potential that resides within him, a journey that has revealed to him the truth of his divine nature. Through this process, he has learned that the key to a fulfilling life lies not in seeking external approval, but in aligning with the divine presence within. He has learned that his thoughts, emotions, and imagination are powerful tools that can shape his reality, and that by mastering these tools, he can create a life of joy, abundance, and purpose. As he reflects on the changes he has experienced, the man realizes that his solitude was not a punishment or a curse, but a divine opportunity for growth. It was in this quiet space that he was able to hear the whispers of the divine, to connect with his true self, and to discover the limitless potential that resides within. Through this process, he has come to understand that he is never truly alone, for the divine presence within him is always guiding him, always supporting him, and always loving him. The man now walks through life with a sense of inner peace and fulfillment, knowing that the journey of self-discovery is never truly complete. He understands that life is an ongoing process of growth, of expanding into the fullness of his divine potential. He embraces each moment, knowing that every experience, whether joyful or challenging, is an opportunity for growth and transformation. His life has become a reflection of the love, peace, and wisdom he has discovered within, and he knows that as he continues to walk this path, he will continue to evolve into the highest version of himself. Through his journey, the man has come to understand that true companionship begins within. It is not in the validation of others, but in the deep connection with the divine that sustains him. His journey has shown him that when we turn inward and align with the divine presence within, we discover the greatest love, peace, and fulfillment that life has to offer. Close your eyes and journey inward. In the stillness of your mind lies the birthplace of all creation, the sacred space where thought becomes reality and desire molds the fabric of existence. To accelerate manifestation, you must learn the art of speaking to yourself in a way that aligns your inner voice with the power of creation itself. Begin with conviction, for words imbued with doubt are powerless. When you speak to yourself, declare your desires as though they already exist. Whisper to your soul, I am abundant. I am love. I am the architect of my reality. Feel the weight of these words as truth, not as hope or possibility. Let them resonate within you until they become as natural as the breath you take. Your inner dialogue is not a simple conversation, it is a decree issued to the unseen forces shaping your world. Speak with authority and unwavering faith, knowing that the invisible realm is ever responsive to your command. Say to yourself, I am aligned with the life I desire. It unfolds effortlessly before me. These words must carry not just sound but the full intensity of belief. Immerse yourself in the emotions of already having what you desire. Let joy and gratitude overflow, not because you will have, but because you do have. Tell yourself, I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. My desires are fulfilled, my heart overflows with joy, and my spirit is at peace. Your words, colored with feeling, become the seeds from which miracles grow. Every spoken word must align with the vision you hold within. Guard your speech as you would a treasure, for careless words spoken to yourself can sow seeds of delay or discord. Replace thoughts of lack or fear with declarations of strength and abundance. Speak, I am fearless. I am whole. I am in perfect harmony with the flow of life. In doing so, you reprogram your consciousness to reflect the divine blueprint of your dreams. Do not merely speak, embody the energy of your spoken word. Stand tall as if your reality has already transformed. Let your tone carry the certainty of one who knows, not one who wishes. In the quiet moments of the day, when no one hears but you, let your words echo like sacred chants, imprinting themselves on the canvas of your existence. Remember, you are the creator. Your inner voice is the brush, your feelings the colors, and your imagination the masterpiece waiting to be unveiled. Speak with purpose, with love, and with unwavering belief. In every word lies the power to accelerate the manifestation of all that you desire. The key to accelerating manifestation lies in consistency, for it is not a single moment of belief that shifts reality, but the steady, unwavering affirmation of the truth you choose to embody. Speak to yourself as though you are shaping the world in every breath, every thought, every whispered declaration. Tell yourself, my reality is a reflection of my highest self. What I hold within must appear without. Let this conviction guide you moment by moment as you navigate the path of creation. When doubt arises, as it inevitably will, do not resist it. Resistance only strengthens its hold. Instead, gently guide your thoughts back to the truth. Speak softly, this momentary doubt has no power over me. I release it and I return to the certainty of my vision. In doing so, you reclaim your creative authority and reinforce the foundation of your belief. The power of your spoken word increases with the clarity of your intention. You must be specific in your desires, not scattered or vague. When you speak to yourself, paint vivid pictures with your words. Say, I see myself thriving in perfect health, joy radiating from my being. I see the abundance flowing effortlessly into my life, supporting every dream I hold dear. As these words flow from you, visualize their fulfillment with such intensity that you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of laughter in your ears, or the weight of abundance in your hands. Do not underestimate the subtle yet profound impact of repetition. Speak to yourself often and with intention. Let your affirmations become the rhythm of your daily life. As you wake, declare, this is a day of miracles. Everything I desire flows to me with ease. As you move through your day, remind yourself, I am powerful beyond measure. My thoughts and feelings shape my reality, and as you prepare to sleep, speak words of gratitude and assurance. I rest knowing that my desires are unfolding perfectly. Your words are not merely sounds, they are vibrations that ripple through the fabric of the universe. When spoken with feeling, they become living forces, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to bring your vision to life. Speak as though the world listens, because it does. Whisper to yourself, every word I speak carries divine power. I speak life into my dreams, and they manifest effortlessly. There will be moments when the evidence of your transformation is not yet visible. Do not let this discourage you. The delay is not denial, but the unfolding of divine timing. During these moments, speak words of patience and trust. Say to yourself, everything is working out for my highest good. What I seek is already mine, it is on its way to me. Now trust in the unseen as you would trust the rising of the sun, for the manifestation is as certain as the laws that govern creation. Feelings are the fuel that ignites the power of your words. Without emotion, your affirmations are empty vessels. When you speak, let your entire being resonate with the truth of what you declare. Feel the joy of fulfillment, the peace of knowing, and the excitement of anticipation. Say, I feel the love surrounding me. I feel the abundance flowing into my life. I feel the certainty of my dreams realized. As you immerse yourself in these emotions, you quicken the process of manifestation. Let your words reflect not only what you desire, but also who you are becoming. Speak as the person you wish to be. Declare, I am confident, inspired, and overflowing with creativity. I am a magnet for divine opportunities. Everything I touch prospers. With every affirmation, you align your identity with the version of yourself who already possesses what you seek. This alignment is the bridge between your current reality and your desired state. Silence can be a powerful ally in this process. In the stillness, listen to the voice within. What does it say? If you find it echoing doubt or fear, gently replace it with words of love and encouragement. Speak softly, I release all fears. I trust in the perfection of my journey. I am exactly where I need to be. Let these words soothe your spirit and guide you back to the truth of your creative power. In your quiet moments, speak words that honor your worthiness. Many block their manifestations by believing they are unworthy of their desires. Remove this barrier by affirming, I am deserving of all the good that life has to offer. I am worthy of love, abundance, and joy. Let these declarations sink deeply into your heart, replacing any lingering doubts with the unshakable knowing that you are enough. As you practice this way of speaking to yourself, you will notice subtle shifts in your reality. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will present themselves. Relationships will align to reflect the love you feel within. Circumstances will rearrange to mirror the truth you have claimed. Do not be surprised by these changes. Welcome them as the natural outpouring of your inner transformation. Say to yourself, everything in my life is unfolding perfectly. I am the creator and my world reflects my desires. Your words, infused with love, gratitude, and faith, have the power to dissolve barriers and overcome obstacles. When challenges arise, do not let them deter you. Instead, use them as opportunities to reaffirm your truth. Speak boldly. This challenge is an opportunity for growth. I am stronger than any obstacle, and I rise above with ease. These words will fortify your spirit and keep you aligned with the vision you hold. As you continue this practice, it will become second nature. Your inner dialogue will naturally reflect your highest self, and your spoken words will carry an effortless power. You will find yourself speaking life into every situation, creating with ease, and living in harmony with your desires. Speak to yourself with love, with certainty, and with unwavering faith. Let every word you utter be a testament to the truth of your divine nature and the limitless possibilities before you. As you do, you will find that manifestation is not a distant dream, but a natural extension of who you are. Feel the pulse of creation within as you speak, for every word you utter shapes the very fabric of existence. Your thoughts, carried by your voice, ripple outward into the unseen realms, creating a pathway for your desires to manifest. Whisper to yourself, I am one with infinite possibility. All that I seek is already mine. Allow this truth to resonate deeply, not as a mere affirmation, but as the very foundation of your being. When you wake, let the first words you speak guide the course of your day. Begin with the certainty that today holds all that you desire. Tell yourself, this is a day of miracles. Every step I take leads me closer to the fulfillment of my dreams. As these words take root in your mind, they align your actions, thoughts, and emotions with the flow of abundance and grace. There will be moments when the world around you seems unchanged, as though your desires remain distant. In these moments, the way you speak to yourself becomes even more critical. Instead of giving voice to frustration or doubt, remind yourself, I am the creator of my reality. The changes I seek are unfolding perfectly. Even when I cannot yet see them, this trust in the unseen strengthens your connection to the power within. Speak to yourself as though every word is a sacred command. Feel the weight of your declarations as they shape your world. When you desire love, say, I am surrounded by love. I am love and it flows to me effortlessly. When you desire success, declare, success is my natural state. I am aligned with every opportunity that leads to my highest good. These words must not waver, they must carry the conviction of one who knows that what they speak is already done. Your emotions are the fertile soil in which the seeds of your words take root. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement of having already received your desires. Say, I feel the peace of fulfillment. I feel the joy of abundance. I feel the love that surrounds me. As you align your feelings with your words, you accelerate the process of manifestation, for the universe responds not only to what you say, but to the energy you embody. Let your words become a song of gratitude, a constant refrain that lifts your spirit and aligns you with your highest good. Even when you face challenges, find reasons to give thanks. Speak to yourself, I am grateful for the lessons and the growth they bring. I am grateful for the unfolding of my journey. Knowing it leads me to my desires, gratitude is the key that unlocks the flow of abundance, transforming every obstacle into an opportunity. In moments of quiet reflection, let your words guide you inward. Close your eyes and speak softly. I am one with the infinite. I am connected to all that is. I am at peace. These words will calm your mind and align you with the stillness from which all creation emerges. In this state, your desires take shape effortlessly, drawn to you by the magnetic power of your alignment. Speak as though your desires are already fulfilled, for this is the essence of creation. When you desire health, say, I am vibrant and full of energy. Every cell in my body is alive with health and vitality. When you desire abundance, declare, I am a magnet for prosperity. Money flows to me freely, and I use it to bless others and myself. These words, spoken with belief and feeling, become the building blocks of your reality. As you move through your day, let your words be a reflection of your highest self. Do not speak carelessly or allow doubt to creep into your declarations. Instead, remain steadfast, reminding yourself, I am aligned with the divine flow of life. Everything I need is provided for me at the perfect time. This consistency in thought and speech anchors your desires in the physical world, drawing them closer with every moment. Your words hold the power to transform not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. Speak to yourself as though you are radiating light, for your energy influences the collective consciousness. Tell yourself, I am a source of inspiration and love. My life uplifts those who come into contact with me. As you embody this truth, you become a beacon of positivity, attracting people and circumstances that align with your vision. When fear or doubt arises, do not suppress it. Instead, address it with compassion and understanding. Speak to yourself, I acknowledge this fear, but it does not define me. I release it now and return to the truth of my power. This act of self-love and reassurance dissolves negativity and reinforces your alignment with your desires. Every word you speak is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. Paint with intention, choosing colors that reflect joy, abundance, love, and peace. Say, my life is a masterpiece. I am the artist and I create with infinite possibility. These declarations remind you of your role as the creator and inspire you to continue shaping your reality with care and purpose. As you rest each night, let your final words be a testament to your trust in the process. Whisper to yourself, I release this day with gratitude. I trust that my desires are manifesting perfectly, even as I sleep. In doing so, you align your subconscious mind with the energy of fulfillment, allowing it to work on your behalf as you rest. Speak with the authority of one who knows their power, yet with the gentleness of one who nurtures a fragile seed. Your words are the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the finite and the infinite. Treat them as sacred tools, wielding them with care and intention. Tell yourself, I am the embodiment of my desires. I live in a state of constant creation. There is no limit to what you can manifest when you align your words with your vision and your vision with your faith. Trust in the process, knowing that every word you speak carries the power to bring your desires to life. Speak not as a dreamer, but as a creator, and watch as the world transforms to match the truth you have claimed. Every spoken word reverberates into eternity, carving pathways unseen and drawing toward you the exact essence of what you declare. Your inner dialogue must become the script of your highest aspirations, guiding your energy, your emotions, and the reality that forms around you. Whisper to yourself, I am the architect of my life. All that I desire is drawn to me by the power of my words and my unwavering faith. Let this acknowledgement strengthen you, not in fleeting moments, but in every breath you take, in every thought you think. The universe responds to the certainty of your speech. When you speak as though you already have the very things you desire, the universe moves to align with your conviction. There is no room for hesitation, no allowance for doubt in this sacred act of creation. Declare with absolute confidence, I am already living in the reality I have chosen. My success, my abundance, my love, they are all here. Now in the unseen realm, this declaration is the seed that roots itself in the soil of possibility, sprouting into visible form. Each word must be imbued with gratitude, for gratitude accelerates every manifestation. Speak as though you are already thankful for what you have called forth. Say, I am so grateful for the wealth that surrounds me. I am thankful for the opportunities flowing into my life. I appreciate the love that fills my heart, and my home gratitude acts as a magnet, intensifying the pull of your desires and ensuring their swift arrival. The way you speak to yourself determines your relationship with time. Do not cast your dreams into a distant future. Speak them into your present, for the present is the only moment where creation occurs. Instead of saying, I will have this one day, declare, this is mine now. It is already unfolding in perfect harmony. Feel the immediacy of your words, knowing they collapse the illusion of waiting and anchor your desires in the here and now. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, your words must remain steadfast. Do not speak from a place of despair, no matter how tempting it may be. Instead, affirm your power to overcome. Say, this obstacle is temporary. It is shaping me, strengthening me, and preparing me for the fulfillment of my dreams. These words transform adversity into growth, ensuring that every setback becomes a stepping stone to greater heights. Your emotions are the fuel that amplifies the power of your speech. Without emotion, your words are mere whispers in the wind, lacking the force to create. Speak with passion, with joy, with an unshakable belief in your vision. Feel the energy of your desires as you speak them into existence. Say, I am overwhelmed with gratitude. I am filled with joy. Knowing that my dreams are real and tangible, let this feeling radiate through every cell of your being. For it is this resonance that draws your desires to you. Let your words carry the essence of forgiveness and release, for holding on to resentment or regret clouds the clarity of your creation. Speak gently to yourself, I release all that no longer serves me. I forgive myself and others completely, freeing my energy for creation. These words act as a cleansing river, washing away the barriers that may block your manifestations. There is power in repetition. The words you speak often become the dominant vibration of your being. Make it a habit to affirm your truth consistently throughout the day. As you rise, declare, I step into this day with confidence and joy. Everything I desire is drawn to me effortlessly. As you move through the hours, remind yourself, I am aligned with the flow of abundance. Every action I take leads me to success as the day ends. Affirm, I rest in the certainty of my dreams. Even in sleep, my manifestations grow. This practice ensures that your energy remains aligned with your highest good at all times. The spoken word is not merely sound, it is energy in motion, vibrating into the fabric of the universe. When you speak, imagine your words taking flight, carrying your intentions to the farthest reaches of creation. Visualize them gathering momentum, attracting the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will bring your desires into form. Say to yourself, my words are my servants. They go forth and create exactly what I command. This imagery reinforces the sacred power of your speech and anchors your belief in its effectiveness. As you deepen this practice, you will notice a shift not only in your external reality but also in your inner world. Confidence replaces doubt. Peace replaces anxiety. Love replaces fear. These changes are the first signs that your words are working, aligning you with the frequency of your desires. Celebrate these shifts, no matter how small they may seem. Say every moment, I am becoming the person who naturally attracts all that I desire. I am on the perfect path. Even in moments of solitude, your words hold power. Speak to yourself in the quiet of your mind, crafting a dialogue that uplifts and inspires. When you feel weary, remind yourself, I am stronger than I know. My spirit is limitless, and my energy is infinite. When you feel uncertain, tell yourself, I trust in the divine timing of my life. Everything unfolds perfectly, exactly as it should. This inner dialogue becomes your sanctuary, a wellspring of strength and clarity. As you refine your ability to speak your desires into existence, you will find that your words naturally extend beyond yourself. You will begin to speak life into the dreams of others, encouraging and uplifting those around you. This is no accident. It is the overflow of your alignment with the creative power within. Say to others, you are capable of greatness. The desires of your heart are already making their way to you and lifting others. You strengthen your own connection to the energy of creation. Your words must also align with the image you hold of yourself. If you see yourself as lacking or unworthy, no amount of affirmations will bring lasting change. Speak to yourself as the person you wish to become, embodying the qualities you admire most. Declare, I am confident, wise, and inspired. I am a beacon of light and possibility. I am the master of my destiny. As these words take root, they reshape your self-image, allowing you to step into the fullness of your potential. In every moment, you have a choice to speak words of creation or words of destruction. Be mindful of this choice, for your words are the building blocks of your reality. When negative thoughts arise, counter them immediately with affirmations of truth. If you catch yourself thinking, this is too difficult, replace it with, I am capable of overcoming any challenge. Strength and wisdom flow through me. This practice ensures that your energy remains aligned with your highest good. Speak to yourself as though you are speaking to a beloved child, gentle, encouraging, and full of love. When you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself you are doing your best, and that is enough. Every step you take brings you closer to your dreams. When you feel discouraged, say you are worthy of every good thing. The universe is conspiring in your favor. This compassionate dialogue nurtures your spirit, creating a fertile ground for your desires to take root. As you continue to practice speaking to yourself with intention and love, you will notice that your words carry a certain weight, a resonance that cannot be ignored. This is the power of alignment, the natural result of living in harmony with your truth. Your speech becomes a reflection of your inner state, and your inner state becomes a magnet for your desires. Let every word you speak be a testament to your belief in the infinite possibilities that surround you. Speak with conviction, with joy, and with unwavering faith. Declare to yourself, I am a co-creator with the divine. My life is a masterpiece in progress. With this truth as your foundation, there is nothing you cannot achieve, no dream too grand, no desire too distant. Each word you speak is like a brushstroke on the canvas of creation, painting the life you envision. To accelerate your manifestation, you must first become aware of every syllable you release. Words are not idle, they are alive, vibrating with the energy of your intentions. As you stand in front of this great canvas, remind yourself that your words are your tools and you are the artist. Say softly, my words hold power beyond my comprehension. Each one shapes the masterpiece that is my life. Feel this power as you speak. Do not let your words be careless or indifferent. Instead, let them carry the weight of certainty, as if the thing you desire already exists in its fullness. When you say, I am wealthy, feel the richness flowing through you. When you declare, I am loved, let the warmth of that love embrace your heart. Words coupled with feeling are the most potent tools of creation, for they bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the infinite intelligence within you. The tone in which you speak to yourself also matters greatly. Avoid harshness or criticism, even when you falter. Instead, speak with gentleness and encouragement, much like a gardener tending to delicate blooms. If you stumble, tell yourself, this is a moment of growth. Every mistake I make strengthens me and leads me closer to my desires. By speaking kindly, you create a fertile environment for your dreams to flourish. Your words must align with your actions, thoughts, and feelings. They are not isolated fragments of creation, they are threads in the intricate tapestry of your reality. To accelerate manifestation, ensure that what you say is mirrored in how you think and behave. When you declare, I am confident and capable, walk as though you embody that confidence. Hold your head high, move with purpose, and allow your actions to affirm the truth of your words. This alignment creates a powerful momentum that propels your desires into being. Speak in a way that commands your subconscious mind, for it is the gateway to the infinite. The subconscious does not distinguish between reality and imagination, it accepts as truth whatever you consistently declare. Use this to your advantage by speaking in absolutes. Say, I am abundant. I am radiant health. I am surrounded by opportunities. Avoid phrases like I hope or I wish, for these imply doubt and distance. Instead, declare with unwavering certainty, as though your desires are already yours. When you face moments of doubt or fear, do not let these emotions go unaddressed. Speak directly to them, transforming their energy into something constructive. Say, fear, you have no power over me. You are but a passing cloud, and I am the unchanging sky. In doing so, you reclaim your authority, reaffirming your role as the creator of your reality. The rhythm of your speech also plays a role in manifestation. Words spoken with calm and deliberate intent carry far more power than those uttered in haste or anxiety. Take a moment to center yourself before you speak. Breathe deeply, allowing your mind to settle and your heart to open. Then let your words flow naturally, each one imbued with clarity and purpose. Say, I speak from the stillness within me, where all things are possible. This deliberate approach ensures that your words resonate deeply, both within you and in the universe. Do not underestimate the power of silence in your practice of manifestation. Silence is not the absence of speech, it is the space in which your words take root and grow. After affirming your desires, allow a moment of stillness to follow. In this silence, visualize your words taking form, their vibrations rippling outward to orchestrate the events, circumstances, and connections that will bring your dreams to fruition. Trust that this invisible process is unfolding, even if you cannot yet see its results. Your words must also reflect a sense of joy and playfulness, for creation is not a laborious task, it is a celebration of your innate power. Speak to yourself as though you are recounting a beautiful story, one that you are both living and creating. Say, isn't it wonderful that everything I desire flows to me so effortlessly? Life is such a joyous adventure. This sense of wonder and delight infuses your words with a magnetic energy that draws your desires closer. As you master the art of speaking to yourself, you will begin to notice a shift in your external reality. Synchronicities will become more frequent. Doors will open where there were none before. People and opportunities will appear seemingly out of nowhere, perfectly aligned with your desires. These are not coincidences, they are the manifestations of the energy you have been projecting through your words. Acknowledge these signs with gratitude, saying, thank you, universe, for these confirmations of my power. I am on the right path. Even in moments of waiting, your speech must remain unwavering. Patience is not a passive state, but an active affirmation of your trust in the process. During these times, remind yourself everything is unfolding perfectly, in divine timing. I do not need to rush, for what is mine is already on its way. This faith-filled dialogue keeps your vibration high, ensuring that you remain aligned with the reality you are creating. Your words are also a means of connection to the divine, the infinite source of all creation. When you speak, you are not merely communicating with yourself, you are engaging in a dialogue with the universe. Speak as though you are in direct conversation with this infinite power, saying, I am grateful for your guidance and support. Together, we are co-creating a life of beauty and abundance. This acknowledgement deepens your connection to the source, amplifying the power of your words. As your words shape your reality, remember that they also shape the realities of those around you. Speak life into the people you encounter, offering them encouragement, love, and support. Say to them, you are capable of achieving anything you desire. The universe is working in your favor. In lifting others, you reinforce the energy of abundance and possibility in your own life. Your words must also honor the interconnectedness of all things. Recognize that your desires do not exist in isolation, they are part of a greater tapestry of creation. Speak with an awareness of this unity, saying, my dreams are aligned with the highest good of all. As I thrive, so too do those around me. This perspective ensures that your manifestations contribute to the harmony of the whole, creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth. When you encounter resistance, either from within or from external circumstances, use your words to dissolve it. Say, this resistance is but a shadow, and I am the light. It cannot stand in the presence of my truth. This declaration transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth, ensuring that nothing can derail your progress. As you refine your practice, you may find that your words begin to take on a life of their own, becoming self-fulfilling prophecies. This is the natural result of alignment, where your speech, thoughts, and actions converge into a single, harmonious vibration. Embrace this process with gratitude, saying, I am grateful for the ease and grace with which my life unfolds. Every word I speak brings me closer to my highest potential. Your journey of speaking to yourself is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing practice. Each day offers a new opportunity to refine your dialogue, to speak with greater clarity, intention, and love. With each passing moment, you become more adept at wielding the power of your words, creating a life that reflects the deepest desires of your heart. Trust in this process, for it is the natural expression of the creative force within you. Speak as though your words are sacred, for they are. Speak with the knowledge that each one is a seed, capable of growing into a magnificent reality. Speak with joy, with love, and with unwavering belief in the infinite possibilities that surround you. Your words are the keys to the kingdom of your desires, and the time to use them is now. In conclusion, the power to manifest lies within your words, for they are the bridge between your desires and reality. When you speak with conviction, love, and unwavering belief, you align yourself with the infinite creative force that shapes your life. Every word is a declaration of what you accept as true, and when combined with feeling, it becomes a magnetic command to the universe. By speaking to yourself with clarity and purpose, you nurture your inner world and create fertile ground for your dreams to flourish. Trust in the process, even when the results are not yet visible, knowing that every word spoken in faith is a step closer to your vision. Embrace this practice daily, speaking life into yourself and others, and watch as your reality transforms. You hold the power, use your words wisely, for they are the key to accelerating manifestation. Life is a grand journey filled with mysteries waiting to unfold and challenges designed to mold us into our highest selves. When the winds of adversity blow fiercely, it is not a sign of abandonment, but an invitation to rise above the storm. Every obstacle you face is not a barrier, but a mirror reflecting your inner strength, waiting to be awakened. There is an inherent power within you, a divine spark that knows no limitations, no fear, and no failure. It is the same power that commands the tides and lights the stars. This force does not dwell in some distant realm, it resides within your very being. The key is not to seek rescue from the outside, but to trust that you are already equipped with everything you need to overcome. Circumstances may seem overwhelming, but they do not define you. You are not your failures, your pain, or your past. You are the creator of your reality. With every thought you choose, every belief you hold, you shape the world around you. If you dwell on fear, you will find reasons to fear. If you embrace courage, the mountains before you will begin to bow. It is not the obstacle that holds the power, but the story you tell yourself about it. When life whispers doubt, respond with faith. Not faith in others or in fleeting circumstances, but faith in the infinite power within you. Imagine yourself victorious. See yourself walking through the fire and emerging unscathed. Feel the joy of triumph before it manifests in the physical world. This inner conviction, this unwavering belief, is the secret to turning trials into triumphs. The world may press upon you, but it can never break you unless you permit it. Obstacles are simply opportunities disguised as trials, urging you to discover how resilient you truly are. When you stop resisting and begin embracing the lessons hidden within, you will find that even the darkest nights bring the brightest stars. Remember, life's challenges are not curses but blessings in disguise. They are here to teach, to refine, and to remind you of your immense power. You do not need to wait for a savior or a sign. You are the answer you've been searching for. Trust in this truth, act with confidence, and the path will clear before you. Life's challenges are not random acts of chaos, they are deliberate moments crafted to awaken you to the truth of who you are. Every obstacle you encounter carries within it a seed of growth, a lesson that is uniquely tailored to the unfolding of your destiny. In the face of adversity, it is not enough to merely endure. You are called to transcend, to rise above the seeming limitations of the physical world and embrace the infinite potential that resides within you. The power within you is not a fleeting emotion or a temporary state of mind. It is the eternal essence of your being, a divine connection to the source of all creation. This power is your birthright, but to access it fully, you must first believe in its existence. When doubts creep into your mind, whispering that you are not enough, you must silence them with the certainty that you are more than enough. You are the creator of your reality, the architect of your experiences. Life does not happen to you, it happens through you, shaped by your thoughts, your beliefs, and your expectations. When faced with obstacles, the first step is to shift your perspective. What you see as a problem is often a solution in disguise. The barriers before you are not meant to block your path, but to redirect you to a higher, more fulfilling one. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" This simple shift in focus transforms challenges into stepping stones, guiding you closer to your true purpose. Your imagination is your greatest tool in overcoming life's trials. Close your eyes and see yourself as the person you aspire to be: strong, resilient, and unshakable. Feel the emotions of success, joy, and peace, as if they are already yours. This act of visualization is not a mere exercise, it is an act of creation. The mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. By living in the end, by embodying the feeling of your desired outcome, you align your inner world with the reality you wish to experience. The outer world will then conform to this inner state, bringing forth the results you seek. In moments of doubt, remember that nothing external has the power to define you unless you grant it permission. The opinions of others, the setbacks you face, even the apparent failures, these are but fleeting shadows, powerless against the light within you. Turn inward, and you will find that everything you need is already present. Strength, courage, wisdom, they are not qualities you acquire, but aspects of your true self, waiting to be called forth. Adversity often brings with it the temptation to retreat, to shrink back into the comfort of the familiar. Yet growth never occurs within the confines of the known. To overcome life's obstacles, you must be willing to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to trust in the process. This trust is not blind faith, but a deep knowing that every step you take, no matter how uncertain, is guided by a higher intelligence. The universe is not working against you, it is conspiring in your favor, even when appearances suggest otherwise. When the weight of the world seems unbearable, remember that your power lies in the present moment. The past is but a memory, the future a possibility. It is only in the now that you can act, decide, and transform. Breathe deeply, ground yourself in the present, and focus on what you can do today to move closer to your goals. Small, consistent actions are more powerful than grand gestures made in haste. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory over inertia, a testament to your determination to rise above. Fear is often the greatest obstacle of all, but it is an illusion, a construct of the mind. Fear has no substance of its own, it thrives on your attention and belief. When you face it head on, you will find that it dissolves like a shadow in the light. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Each time you choose courage over fear, you reclaim a part of your power, strengthening the foundation upon which your life is built. The trials you face are not indicators of failure but markers of progress. The greater the challenge, the greater the potential for growth. Just as a diamond is formed under pressure, so too are you refined through adversity. Embrace the discomfort, for it is a sign that you are stepping into a new level of being. Resist the urge to compare your journey to that of others. Each path is unique, and what is meant for you will not pass you by. Trust in divine timing, knowing that everything unfolds as it should. Gratitude is a powerful force in navigating life's challenges. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your energy from scarcity to abundance. Even in the darkest moments, there is always something to be grateful for: a lesson learned, a moment of clarity, a spark of hope. Gratitude opens your heart and mind to possibilities you might otherwise overlook, transforming obstacles into opportunities. You are not defined by the challenges you face, but by how you choose to respond to them. Each choice you make is a declaration of who you are and who you aspire to become. Will you succumb to fear, or will you rise with courage? Will you dwell on problems, or will you focus on solutions? The power is always yours, waiting for you to claim it. As you navigate the trials of life, remember that you are never truly alone. Though the journey may feel solitary, there is a divine presence within you, a guiding force that whispers in moments of stillness. Listen to this inner voice, for it knows the way even when the path ahead seems unclear. Trust in your intuition, for it is the language of the soul, a direct connection to the infinite wisdom of the universe. Every obstacle is a gift, every challenge a blessing in disguise. They are here to teach you, to strengthen you, to remind you of the immense power that lies within. Life is not happening to you, it is happening for you, molding you into the person you are meant to be. Embrace this truth, and you will find that no obstacle is insurmountable, no challenge too great. The power to overcome lies within you, waiting to be awakened. Step into this power, and the world will rise to meet you. Life, in its infinite wisdom, unfolds a series of experiences that demand us to stretch, to grow, and to awaken. It does not provide ease for the sake of complacency, but offers trials that act as catalysts for transformation. The obstacles we face are not here to defeat us, they are here to reveal the boundless strength that lies within. To overcome life's challenges, you must first recognize that they are not external forces set against you. They are reflections of the inner journey, carefully crafted to elevate you to higher states of consciousness. Every difficulty presents itself as an invitation, a silent call for you to step into your true power. When faced with adversity, resist the urge to succumb to despair or to blame the world around you. Instead, look inward, for the answer always lies within. The power that creates worlds resides in you, not as a distant hope, but as a living truth. You are not separate from this power, you are one with it. To access it, you need only believe in its presence and align yourself with its infinite possibilities. When life places obstacles in your path, these are not accidents or punishments. They are the universe's way of directing you toward your greater purpose. Imagine a stream flowing over rocks. It does not stop or resist the barriers it encounters. Instead, it adapts, flows around them, and carves a path through persistence. You too must adopt this approach. When a door closes, it is not the end of the journey. It is a sign that another path, perhaps more aligned with your destiny, is waiting for you to discover it. The key to navigating life's challenges lies in your perception. What you perceive as insurmountable may simply be an opportunity waiting to be reframed. Perspective is everything. You have the power to transform your reality by choosing how you see it. If you focus on lack, pain, or failure, you will find more of it. But if you choose to see the lesson, the growth, and the potential, even the most daunting obstacles will reveal their hidden blessings. Your thoughts shape your world, and by mastering them, you master your life. The mind left unchecked can be a source of chaos and limitation. It will conjure fears, doubts, and endless what-ifs, creating mountains where there are none. But the mind, when disciplined, becomes a tool of immense power. It is not the events of life that hold sway over you, but your reaction to them. Train your mind to respond with clarity, with calmness, and with resolve. Breathe deeply when tension rises, and remind yourself that you are greater than any challenge you face. The storm outside may rage, but the calm within you is unshakable. Fear often masquerades as a protective force, whispering that it is safer to remain where you are, to avoid risks, to retreat into the known. But fear is an illusion, a veil that obscures the truth of your power. Each time you confront fear, you diminish its hold over you. Every courageous step you take strengthens your resolve, proving to yourself that you are capable of far more than you imagined. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. It is in these moments of bravery that you discover who you truly are. The challenges of life also demand patience. In a world that celebrates instant results, patience is a rare and powerful virtue. The unfolding of your dreams, the overcoming of your struggles, happens not on your timeline, but on the divine timeline. Trust this process. Trust that every step, no matter how small or insignificant it seems, is moving you closer to your desired outcome. Impatience often leads to frustration, but patience allows you to act with wisdom, to make choices rooted in faith rather than fear. Visualization is a gift you have been given to co-create your reality. When you see yourself succeeding, thriving and overcoming, you set a powerful intention that the universe cannot ignore. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal outcome. Then feel it, breathe it tight, and believe it as though it has already come to pass. This act of visualization is not merely wishful thinking, it is the deliberate alignment of your inner state with the outer reality you wish to experience. The universe responds to certainty, to conviction. Live as if your dreams are already realized, and life will rise to meet you in extraordinary ways. Adversity often feels isolating, as though you are navigating a storm without a compass. Yet, this solitude is not abandonment, it is preparation. In these moments, you are given the gift of self-discovery. You learn to rely on your inner strength, to find answers within rather than seeking them externally. The quiet moments of struggle are where the deepest growth occurs. It is here, in the stillness, that you come to understand your resilience, your creativity, and your unyielding spirit. Forgiveness is another powerful tool in overcoming life's obstacles. Often the weight we carry is not from the challenges themselves, but from the grudges, anger, or regret we hold on to. Forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoing, it is about freeing yourself from the chains of the past. When you release resentment, you create space for healing, for growth, and for new opportunities. Forgive yourself for past mistakes, forgive others for their transgressions, and watch as the barriers within begin to dissolve. Gratitude transforms every experience, no matter how difficult, into a stepping stone toward joy. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your energy to one of abundance. Even in the face of adversity, there is always something to be grateful for, a lesson learned, a moment of clarity, a connection made. Gratitude opens the door to greater blessings, aligning you with the flow of life's abundance. It shifts your focus from obstacles to opportunities, allowing you to see the beauty in every moment. You are not here to merely survive life's challenges, you are here to thrive in spite of them. This requires a mindset of empowerment, a belief that you are capable of rising above any circumstance. Do not wait for the world to change to meet your needs, change yourself, and the world will respond in kind. You are not a victim of your circumstances, you are the creator of your destiny. The power to overcome, to transform, to rise lies within you. Remember that the journey of life is not linear. It is filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours. These detours are not setbacks, but part of the divine plan, designed to lead you to places you could not have imagined. Trust in this process, even when it makes no sense. Have faith that every challenge, every delay, every obstacle is working for your highest good. Faith is the anchor that keeps you steady when the seas are rough, the light that guides you when the path is unclear. You are not defined by your past or your current struggles. You are defined by the choices you make in the present moment. Each day, each moment is an opportunity to begin anew, to rewrite your story. Let go of the narrative that holds you back and step into the truth of who you are. You are capable, you are powerful, and you are enough. The universe is not separate from you, it moves through you, responds to you, and supports you in ways that you cannot yet see. When life challenges you, rise to meet it not with resistance, but with acceptance. Accept the lesson, embrace the growth, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. There is no obstacle so great that it can overpower the infinite power within you. This power is your essence, your truth, and it is unshakable. Hold this knowledge close and let it guide you through every challenge, every trial, every triumph. Life often feels like a symphony of unexpected notes, a series of crescendos and diminuendos that test the limits of our resolve. Yet, within this symphony, there is a rhythm, a divine rhythm that aligns perfectly with the melody of your inner being. Obstacles are not discordant interruptions, they are purposeful variations in the composition, urging you to listen deeply and adjust your pace. They are reminders that within you lies not only the ability to play along, but also the potential to create new harmonies that transform the entire piece. When you encounter difficulties, the first step is to embrace them without resistance. Resistance only deepens the sense of struggle, creating a battle between what is and what you wish it to be. Instead, step into the moment with a heart wide open, accepting that every circumstance, no matter how unwelcome, holds a hidden gift. Acceptance is not a passive surrender, but an active acknowledgement that you are equipped to handle whatever comes your way. It is the beginning of transformation, where the seed of challenge begins to sprout into the tree of wisdom. The power to overcome lies in recognizing that you are never truly powerless. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are not mere reactions to life, they are the tools through which you shape it. If you find yourself facing insurmountable odds, pause and ask yourself, what am I creating in this moment? Your perception of the obstacle is the key to its resolution. When you see a mountain as an immovable object, it will remain so. But when you view it as a path to higher ground, it becomes a stepping stone toward your greatness. Every obstacle carries within it the essence of possibility. A closed door may redirect you to an open window, offering a view you might never have discovered otherwise. A storm may force you to shelter, giving you time to reflect and refine your plans. The roadblock is not the end of the journey, it is a point of recalibration, a moment to align more deeply with your purpose. Trust that each challenge is guiding you to exactly where you need to be, even if the destination is not yet clear. The human spirit is a reservoir of untapped strength, often revealed in moments of greatest adversity. When you feel as though you have reached your limit, remind yourself that limits are self-imposed constructs. They exist only in the mind, and the mind is infinitely malleable. Push beyond the boundaries of what you believe is possible, and you will discover reservoirs of resilience that defy explanation. The very act of moving forward, even when the path seems uncertain, generates momentum that carries you towards solutions. In every challenge, there is an opportunity to master the art of patience. Patience is not merely waiting for things to improve, it is the ability to remain steady and focused in the face of uncertainty. It is trusting that the unfolding of life is deliberate and precise, even when it appears chaotic. Impatience stems from a lack of trust, a fear that things will not align in your favor. But patience, coupled with faith, creates a fertile ground for miracles to take root. It allows you to move with grace, to act with intention, and to receive with gratitude. Your imagination is a powerful ally in overcoming life's challenges. It is not confined by the limitations of the physical world, it operates in the realm of infinite potential. When you imagine yourself rising above difficulties, you set into motion the forces that will make it so. Visualization is not a trivial exercise, it is a deliberate act of creation. When you see the outcome you desire with clarity and conviction, you draw it toward you. You become a magnet for the circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with your vision. Life's obstacles often test your faith not in an external deity or distant force, but in the power within you. Faith is the unshakable knowing that, no matter how dark the night, the dawn will come. It is the conviction that every challenge is a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Cultivate this faith by affirming your ability to rise above, by speaking words of power and encouragement to yourself. Let your inner dialogue reflect the truth of your limitless potential, and watch as your outer world transforms to match it. The journey of overcoming is also one of self-discovery. Each obstacle reveals a part of you that was previously hidden. It uncovers strengths you did not know you had, illuminates weaknesses that need tending, and refines the essence of who you are. Embrace this process with curiosity and compassion. See every challenge as an opportunity to know yourself more deeply, to uncover the layers of your being that are ready to be brought to light. In this way, even the most difficult moments become acts of self-love. Adversity often brings with it the temptation to compare your journey to others. Resist this urge, for comparison is a thief of joy and a distraction from your unique path. No two journeys are the same, and what appears as ease for another may conceal struggles you cannot see. Focus instead on your own growth, your own progress, and your own victories. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how small, for it is a testament to your courage and determination. The act of overcoming is not solitary, it is a dance with the universe. As you take steps toward your goals, the universe responds in kind, orchestrating events and opportunities to support you. This is the law of reciprocity, a cosmic partnership that ensures your efforts are never in vain. Trust in this partnership and move forward with confidence. Know that you are never alone in your struggles. The entire universe conspires to help you succeed. Forgive yourself for any perceived failures along the way. Mistakes are not evidence of weakness, but of effort. They are the markers of a life lived fully, of a soul striving toward its highest potential. Release the burden of self-judgment and replace it with self-compassion. Treat yourself with the kindness you would offer a dear friend. In doing so, you create an environment within yourself where growth and healing can flourish. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you wish to be. Even in the midst of struggle, there is always something to be grateful for: a lesson learned, a moment of clarity, a glimmer of hope. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from struggle to possibility. It aligns you with the frequency of solutions, opening doors that seemed locked and illuminating paths that were hidden. Cultivate gratitude not as a fleeting feeling, but as a way of being, and watch as your challenges transform into blessings. The journey of overcoming is one of transformation, a shedding of old identities and limitations. Each obstacle you face is an opportunity to step into a greater version of yourself. It is a process of becoming, of evolving into the person you are meant to be. Trust in this process, even when it feels uncomfortable. Growth often requires discomfort, but it is through this discomfort that you are stretched, strengthened, and refined. Your power lies not in changing the external world, but in changing your internal world. The way you think, feel, and believe shapes your reality. When you align your inner state with the truth of your power, the outer world must respond accordingly. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law of creation. You are the author of your story, the painter of your masterpiece. Every thought you think, every belief you hold is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. Choose wisely and create something extraordinary. Life's challenges are not meant to break you, but to build you. They are not roadblocks, but stepping stones, each one bringing you closer to your highest self. Embrace them with an open heart and a determined spirit. Know that you are capable, resilient, and infinitely powerful. The journey may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. You are not here to merely survive, you are here to thrive, to rise, and to create a life that reflects the limitless power within you. Life's obstacles, though they may feel like heavy weights pressing down on your spirit, are the divine chisels that carve you into a masterpiece. They refine you, shaping you into the version of yourself that you are destined to become. Each difficulty is an invitation to expand your understanding of your own potential, an opportunity to test the depth of your courage and the strength of your convictions. As you face these challenges, remember that they are not here to define you, but to elevate you. The power to overcome begins in the unseen world, within the sanctuary of your thoughts and beliefs. The mind is your most potent tool, capable of transforming adversity into triumph. When life presents you with trials, it is not the external circumstance that determines your outcome, but the way you choose to perceive and respond to it. You hold the power to reframe every obstacle as a stepping stone, a necessary element in the grand design of your journey. This shift in perspective is not a denial of difficulty, but a declaration of your ability to rise above it. Within you lies an infinite wellspring of resilience, a reservoir of strength that is never depleted, no matter how intense the storm. This resilience is not a rare gift bestowed upon a select few, it is the natural state of every human being. Yet to access it, you must cultivate the habit of looking inward rather than outward for solutions. The answers you seek do not reside in the opinions of others or the shifting tides of circumstance. They are already present within you, waiting to be unveiled through quiet introspection and unwavering belief. Every obstacle serves as a mirror, reflecting back to you the areas of your life that are ready for growth. It may highlight fears that need to be faced, patterns that need to be broken, or strengths that have yet to be realized. Embrace these revelations with gratitude, for they are the keys to your evolution. Each moment of struggle carries within it the seeds of transformation. As you nurture these seeds with faith and persistence, they grow into the fruits of wisdom, strength, and clarity. The journey of overcoming is deeply intertwined with the art of letting go. Often the greatest barriers to progress are not external but internal, the doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs that we cling to out of habit or comfort. To move forward, you must release what no longer serves you. This process is not always easy, for it requires courage to face the unknown and trust in the unfolding of life. Yet, as you let go, you create space for new possibilities to emerge, possibilities that are aligned with the truth of who you are. Your imagination is your greatest ally in this journey. It is the bridge between your current reality and the life you desire to create. When you close your eyes and envision yourself overcoming obstacles, you activate a powerful creative force within you. This force begins to reshape your thoughts, emotions, and actions, aligning them with the outcome you seek. Your imagination is not a mere escape. It is a tool for manifestation, a way to bring the unseen into the realm of the seen. Faith is the cornerstone of overcoming. It is the unshakable knowing that, no matter how insurmountable a challenge may seem, there is always a way forward. This faith is not blind optimism, but a deep inner conviction rooted in the understanding of your own power. When you walk in faith, you move with confidence, even when the path is unclear. You trust that each step will reveal the next, and that every detour is a part of the journey. Faith transforms fear into courage and doubt into determination. Patience is another vital element in the process of overcoming. In a world that often demands instant results, it can be challenging to trust in the timing of your life. Yet, patience is not a passive state of waiting, but an active state of trust. It is the ability to remain steadfast in your efforts, even when progress seems slow. Patience allows you to align with the natural rhythms of creation, ensuring that every step you take is deliberate and meaningful. Gratitude is the antidote to despair and the catalyst for transformation. Even in the midst of difficulty, there is always something to be grateful for: a lesson learned, a moment of connection, a glimpse of beauty. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from struggle to possibility. It opens your heart and mind to the blessings that are already present in your life, paving the way for more to come. When you approach obstacles with an attitude of gratitude, you transform them into opportunities for growth and joy. Forgiveness is a powerful act of liberation, both for yourself and for others. Often the greatest obstacles we face are the grudges, resentments, and regrets that weigh heavily on our hearts. To forgive is not to condone or forget, but to release the hold that these emotions have over you. It is a gift you give yourself, freeing your energy to focus on the present and the future. As you let go of the past, you create space for healing and renewal, allowing you to move forward with clarity and peace. Resilience is not just the ability to bounce back, but the ability to adapt, grow, and thrive in the face of adversity. It is the recognition that challenges are not the end of the story but the beginning of a new chapter. Each time you rise after a fall, you strengthen your resilience, building a foundation of confidence and self-belief that cannot be shaken. Resilience is a skill that can be cultivated through practice and persistence, a testament to the indomitable spirit within you. The power of choice is your greatest asset in overcoming obstacles. While you cannot always control the circumstances of your life, you can control how you respond to them. Every moment presents an opportunity to choose hope over despair, action over inaction, and growth over stagnation. These choices, though they may seem small, accumulate over time, creating a ripple effect that transforms your life. Remember that you are not a passive participant in your journey, but an active creator, shaping your destiny with every decision you make. Compassion, both for yourself and for others, is essential in the process of overcoming. It is easy to be hard on yourself when faced with challenges, to judge your progress or compare your journey to others. Yet compassion reminds you that you are human, that growth is a process, and that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. Extend this compassion to others as well, recognizing that everyone is navigating their own challenges, often unseen. Life's obstacles are not random or meaningless, they are deliberate invitations to grow, evolve, and expand. They call you to step into your power, to discover the depths of your courage and the heights of your potential. As you face these challenges, remember that you are not alone. The same creative force that sustains the universe resides within you, guiding you, supporting you, and cheering you on. Trust in this force and trust in yourself. Your journey is unique, a tapestry woven with threads of triumph and trial, joy and sorrow, hope and resilience. Each obstacle you face adds richness and depth to this tapestry, creating a story that is uniquely yours. Embrace your journey with an open heart, knowing that every step, no matter how difficult, is leading you toward a greater understanding of your own power. You are not defined by the challenges you face, but by the strength and grace with which you rise above them. Through persistence, imagination, faith, and an unwavering belief in your own potential, you have the power to transform every obstacle into an opportunity. You are the architect of your life, the master of your destiny, and the creator of your reality. With each challenge you overcome, you become stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the truth of who you are. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and know that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. As we draw to the end of this journey of words, let us reflect on the infinite power that resides within each of us. Life's obstacles may appear as mountains, their sheer size and height intimidating, but remember, these mountains are not immovable. With persistence, determination, and the faith to take even the smallest step forward, you can ascend any peak. The essence of overcoming lies not in avoiding challenges, but in embracing them, transforming what seems impossible into a triumph of spirit and will. Your life is not defined by the trials you face, but by how you rise in the face of adversity. Every obstacle holds a lesson, a gift, and an opportunity. It is through these challenges that you come to understand your resilience and awaken to the truth of your boundless potential. The strength you seek is already within you. It is a quiet but persistent force, waiting for you to acknowledge its presence and trust in its power. The journey of life is not about discovering something external. It is about revealing the depths of what already lies within. Consider how every great achievement in history was forged through difficulty. Think of those who inspire us individuals who, in the face of overwhelming odds, chose not to give in but to rise. They were not extraordinary because of their circumstances, they were extraordinary because of their unwavering belief in their ability to overcome. Their stories are not separate from your own. They are reminders of what is possible when you embrace the power of your mind, your imagination, and your faith. You, too, are capable of writing such a story, one that will inspire generations to come. When challenges arise, let them be a call to action rather than a cause for despair. Obstacles are like rivers, constantly flowing, testing the resilience of the rocks they pass. Yet with time and persistence, even the mightiest rocks are shaped into smooth, beautiful forms. Similarly, life's trials are sculpting you, refining your character, and preparing you for greater heights. Welcome these moments as opportunities to grow, to expand, and to uncover new dimensions of yourself. It is vital to remember that your perception shapes your reality. An obstacle viewed through the lens of defeat becomes a wall that halts progress. But the same obstacle, seen through the eyes of hope and creativity, becomes a bridge to new possibilities. You have the power to choose how you see your circumstances. This choice, though simple, is profound. It determines whether you are a prisoner of your challenges or a creator of solutions. Faith is your compass in moments of uncertainty. It is the quiet assurance that no matter how dark the night, dawn will come. Faith does not demand that you know every answer or see the entire path ahead. It asks only that you trust in the process and take the next step. With faith, even the heaviest burdens become bearable, and the longest journeys become purposeful. Trust that you are never alone in your struggles, for the same force that governs the stars and the seasons resides within you, guiding your every step. As you navigate life's challenges, cultivate patience and gratitude. Patience allows you to trust in the timing of your journey, understanding that every moment has its purpose. It teaches you to embrace the process rather than rush to the destination. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts your focus to the blessings already present in your life. Even in the midst of struggle, there is always something to be thankful for: a lesson learned, a small victory, a moment of clarity. Gratitude transforms your perspective, allowing you to see challenges not as burdens but as blessings in disguise. Let forgiveness become a cornerstone of your resilience. Whether directed at yourself or others, forgiveness frees you from the chains of resentment and regret. It is a powerful act of liberation, creating space for healing and growth. Remember that holding on to past hurts only weighs you down, while letting go allows you to move forward unencumbered. Forgive yourself for any perceived shortcomings and embrace the truth that you are constantly evolving. Extend this forgiveness to others, knowing that everyone is on their own journey of learning and growth. Resilience is not about never falling, it is about rising every time you do. It is the acknowledgement that setbacks are a natural part of progress and that each one offers a chance to learn and improve. With every challenge you face and overcome, you become stronger, more self-aware, and more equipped to handle future trials. Resilience is the quiet strength that allows you to keep going, even when the path is steep and the destination seems distant. Your imagination is the architect of your future. Use it to envision the life you desire and the person you wish to become. When you close your eyes and picture yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving goals, and living in alignment with your purpose, you activate a powerful creative force. This vision becomes a blueprint for your actions, guiding you toward the reality you seek to create. Never underestimate the power of your thoughts and the role they play in shaping your life. In moments of doubt, remind yourself of the countless times you have overcome challenges in the past. Each of those victories, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength and resilience. Let them serve as reminders that you are capable of facing whatever comes your way. The same courage that carried you through those moments still resides within you, ready to rise again. Life's journey is not a straight path, but a winding road filled with twists, turns, and detours. Yet each step, whether forward or backward, is part of a greater purpose. Trust in this journey, knowing that every experience, no matter how difficult, is contributing to your growth. The obstacles you face are not detours from your path, but essential elements of it, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your potential. As you continue on this path, remember that the power to overcome lies within you. It is not something you must seek outside yourself, but something you must awaken within. Through faith, patience, gratitude, and resilience, you can rise above any challenge. You are not defined by the difficulties you encounter, but by the strength and grace with which you face them. Let this truth be your guiding light. You are more powerful than any obstacle. Within you lies the capacity to overcome, to transform, and to thrive. No matter what challenges you face, you have the power to rise above them, to create the life you desire, and to become the person you are meant to be. Trust in this power and trust in yourself. The journey is yours to embrace, and the destination is yours to create. Step forward with courage, faith, and determination, knowing that you are capable of achieving greatness.